Hello, everybody, and welcome to another episode of the Video Game Chronicles. Today, I am going to finally review the Street Fighter II Champion Edition arcade cabinet by Arcade1Up. As you can see right there. Yeah. Also, I'm going to show you the games, and I'm going to do a little bit of gameplay of each particular game that's included on this cabinet. So, let's get right to it. I have the light off. That's because I'm going to play this thing. I'm going to play all three games. Of course, I have the volume off. Of course, I can turn it low or even high if I want to. Of course, I have it set at Super Street Fighter 2 Turbo, I think. Yeah, because I can tell by the bar. But Super Street Fighter 2 Turbo. Alright, I'm going to hit the, hold the player 1 button. That brings me to this menu. Of course, I can always turn it off if I want to, and turn it back on. What will happen? And that usually happens when you turn it on, but I've already showed that when I did my assembly of this. Because I got it in 2018. Of course, I can switch. Now the upper jab button is the A in this case. And of course, I'll be hitting that for this game. I'm going to play Street Fighter 2 Champion Edition first. And of course, it said press that to continue. It means the player 1 button. And of course, it says hold that for 5 seconds to return the menu, which of course I showed. And then of course there's a player 2 button right here, and it will say on the bottom here, hold that for 5 seconds to reset the game if I actually want to reset the game. That's also to reset the high scores and stuff. Alright, play this. Now this isn't an improvement yet, but eventually I'm going to correct the sound. Some of the games are not correct when it comes to the sound. Thankfully though, there is a way to fix that problem. I'm going to hit that. So if I'm playing a quarter, I'm going to try Ryu. My favorite character, of course. Round 1, fight! There we go. I'd be playing much better if I didn't have the camera in the way. I did it. Didn't have too much time though. That's alright though, I'm just reviewing this. Doesn't look too bad, the screen. Got him. Now, of course, this has unlimited continues as long as I press this after every single time. Of course, it says free to play.
Round one, fight! Hadouken! 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 Hadouken!
Alright, so if I want to play another game, if I want to reset this game, I can always hold that button. And it'll reset the game. It resets the high scores, by the way. And if I don't want this game, I can always hit that button. I'm hitting the... I'll show you what I hit after I'm done playing these games. I'm going to show you Super Street Fighter 2. Hit the A button. Now this is one of the games where the audio isn't perfect. Of course, I know that because thanks to Mad Little Pixel, he told about, and he also told about how to fix that. Eventually I'm going to go on eBay and hopefully, and that'll be when everything calms down with the coronavirus. I'm reviewing this several years later. Of course, you can play 2 players as well. And I'll demonstrate that.
USA.
Let's see.
Round one, fight.
I had somebody a lot easier.
Round two, fight.
There we go. That's if I had a second player. I'm just going to show you how I do against. Sorry about the movement. I'm not doing. I didn't do too well because I'm not close to the controls. So I'm going to go back here. That's Super Street Fighter 2. That's one of the ones that has audio problems, just because the PCB board, of course, has the whole thing in or one stereo channel is playing. It isn't real. Well, it's a mono speaker, but it has the right stereo channel, I think. Okay, hit the jab button on top. Yeah, the jab button is the A button if you are getting the cabinet. Of course, hit that. This is the hardest game out of all the 3 I've played. Super Street Fighter 2, and look at that. Ryu again. I probably should try another character, but that's
Jamaica.
not a big deal.
Round one, fight.
I'm eventually going to make some improvements with the cabinet. Got him. That's usually the hardest game. I have at least beat the first
Fight.
guy on this. I know for a fact you have to beat every single one without losing a match to face Akuma.
Three, fight.
Oh, I did that. Yeah, that's hard. Super Street Fighter 2 Turbo is the hardest one, but of course, there's a continue option. I'll show you that really quickly.
8, 7,
Just hit that and boom. Of course, you can pick another character if you want to. And Bison really quickly.
Jamaica. Round one, fight.
He's cornering me. That's the problem. There we go. No, he got me. Alright.
Round two,
Okay. So now I'm going to show you the controls and stuff. Alright, so I have switched my camera and I'm using my Better HD camera. And as you can see, I was going to use the footage from that camera to talk about this, but I decided not to use that footage. So I'm going to show you the controls, of course. I'm going to be changing these ball top joystick thingies, because these ball top things are not as good as another, because I'll be getting better tops for these, and I heard they're cheap. So the other thing I'm going to be doing is I'm going to be going on eBay and eventually sending one of the PCB boards that I have to improve the audio for this cabinet, so that way I can at least have perfect sound for Super Street Fighter 2 and Super Street Fighter 2 Turbo, because those have problems with the volume. That's because they only use the right stereo channel, and they should be using both stereo channels. Unfortunately, this is a mono speaker. That's probably why it was only set up to use the right stereo channel, which is kind of unfortunate. I wish this would have been in stereo, but you can at least get it in better mono sound, so you can hear both the left and right stereo channels on a mono speaker. But this is pretty cool. Yeah, it took me almost a couple of years to do this. And as you can see, that is my riser. I've already assembled it, which is pretty cool. Now I will show you how to use this and how to set up the game. I kind of showed that when I was playing it. So, what if I wanted to do the Champion Edition? Well, it says push A to select game. Now A in this case is the jab button right here. You press that, and as you can see, there is the screen where it tells you all the controls and whatever or not for the Street Fighter games. Well, this tells you about the controls for Street Fighter 2 Champion Edition. And of course, it said press this particular button to continue. Now it has additional controls as well. It says hold down this for 5 seconds to return to the main menu. Of course, you can return to the main menu by pressing the off switch, and you can turn it right back on, and it'll take you to the menu that way even. And of course, it says hold this for 5 seconds and it will reset the game, which is pretty cool. And of course, this is the volume, and this is the on and off switch. It has 3 settings. I was lucky enough to get this fixed. If you saw my assembly video, or one of the parts of the video where I was testing this out, I noticed that the volume button was going to here, and it felt like they used the on and off switch instead of the volume switcher to include every single thing that was in the cabinet for everybody to assemble it and stuff. So I contacted Arcade1Up about this, and I got another switcher, and of course it's working. And of course it's at the right settings, which is good. And there's only a couple more things that I need to do, and that's it. Of course, I hit this. Takes it right to the game, which is pretty cool. And of course, that's the volume switcher. Alright, so that's all I really wanted to show. I'm going to be getting new tops for these, so that way they will look kind of like how the Street Fighter 2 cabinet originally was. So, and by the way, I have this protector which protects the paint from wearing off. The only parts that have worn off are the sides here, just because I was doing other things with it, as you can see right there. See there. Yeah. Besides that, I have no problem with that. Alright, everybody, thank you for watching this review of the Street Fighter 2 Champion Edition arcade cabinet by Arcade1Up. I give this a green card, even though I will say that you might need do some improvements to get it to working to its full potential, but it is worth it. Alright, everybody, I will catch you next time for another Video Game Chronicles video. Peace out and happy gaming.